Smart Madua Jaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa United, and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International. Yes, breaking news. What is happening everywhere in Nigeria has bettered in Akwa-Ibom State, a state that before now has been known as one of the most peaceful states in Nigeria. Yes. Armed, sponsored Fulani men arrested in Akwa-Ibom were released by the police. They had fake army uniforms and 18 AK-47 guns. Yes, to create confusion in the state. And the sponsors, based on the description, they don't want to say the name. The state governor just read a communique right here that I'm going to share, because we believe in sharing the real information just as they are happening, so it will be as authentic as it should be. So for you, the people of the world, to see what Nigeria has become. Nigeria has eventually cascaded into a state of lawlessness. This is not a joke. All right, so we're going to play this for you. Police released armed Fulani militia. We arrested and gave their AK-47s back to them. Governor Udom. We arrested persons with fake army uniforms, carrying 18 AK-47 rifles, and handed them over to the police. However, the police hierarchy gave express order that those persons should be released and their guns handed back to them. We want to let the world know, though, that if there is a breakdown of law and order, tomorrow the police should be held responsible. This is the state of Nigeria right now. Criminals arrested with AK-47, ordered to be released with their illegally acquired firearms, given back to them. Just a few days ago, the rogue Senate President, Godswill made a brazen statement that there will be no political party in the state of Akwa-Ibom. So, who is the terrorist? The terrorists are from all over the place. This is the work of Akwa-Ibom. Yes, exactly. So, Nigerians, what do you want to be told? That it is time for you to take your country, take your destiny in your hands. The politicians in Nigeria cannot solve the problems of Nigeria because they are the problems. Okay, I'm going to let you hear this before I weigh in. Hey, George, how are you? The longest time. I hope you're doing good. Thank you for joining. Wow. 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 This is what Nigeria has become now. These guys have come to kill us. Wow. 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 Akwa-Ibom. Wow. Why is he afraid of calling his name? Seriously, why is he scared of calling his name? Wow. This is crazy. This is crazy. Whoa. Wow. Hey, Clement, how are you? Wow. Wow. This is too brazen. This is too brazen. Hey, George. Your boss sounds in me. Hey. Nice to hear from him. Maju Ejimokwere. I ask him every time we speak. Wow. Look at what Nigeria has turned into. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what Nigeria has been turned into? So Akwa-Ibom now hire Fulani killers to come to destabilize his state. And he sits at the Senate chamber talking about fighting terrorism and banditry in Nigeria. Man, Nigerians, man. You guys, everybody in Nigeria is a coward. So Nigeria has become this empire of cowards that can't stand up, can't rise up. Whoa. Listen to it, listen to it. Let me not interject this time. Yes. Some people were arrested with fake army uniforms. They came with 18 AK-47 and they were arrested. But unfortunately, as I'm speaking right now, as those people were arrested, the PRS person, through the order of the Commissioner of Police, were asking that those people should on the let's go. And before this time, fortunately, some of our guys were able to capture this thing with their phones. So we have pictures of the fake army uniforms those people were wearing. We are going to play for the whole world to see. The 18 AK-47 recovered by the police. Police have allowed them to take them all back. This is the same war sword that was pronounced. The IQ of police, and we've reported this thing to the highest order. We've reported it to the presidency, to all the arms of the security agencies. And nobody has taken steps to address it. So they are leaving Akwa-Ibom people to defend themselves. Meanwhile, they are using our own oil money to maintain security. Just recently, the SS crude account that was kept for our own people have been used to acquire military weapons. We didn't know those weapons were used to come and intimidate Akwa-Ibom people. So we've called on all the powers that be. We've called on the international community that this is a war that has been declared. I've never heard where Nigerian police is a partisanship. This is the first time where the entire police structure is belonging to a particular political party. But since we don't have the police, we don't have anything except God that we have on our people. We want to let the whole world know that whatever happens in this state is caused by the police, not any other arm of the agency, but the police force. With the people that the court had actually declared as illegal occupants of that state. And today he led them into the place with drugs. And we are calling on all that let the police force be called to order. They should go and defend Nigerian territories where need be. They were meant to maintain peace and order, internal peace and order, not to cause chaos in someone's state. And if they are playing politics this way, there's no hope for democracy in this country. And this is in line with the plan. We have their script. That number one, they want to cause mayhem in the state so that election will not be held. The same day general election will be called. But we are trying to say that if election is not held on that week, we can hold election on that same day. They should forget election here. Either you hold election the same day everybody is
Forget about elections here. Elections must be held the same day. That is what they are trying to perpetrate here now. And you need to see, they've injured a lot of people. They've destroyed people's houses. And police are supervising them to do this. Which country has this ever happened? And we've reported this, they tend to ignore. I've called the IG police operations. Who's supposed to call this into order? He promised me he was going to call this to order. Nothing has been done. We've tried to reach IG of police this morning. He has reported us. Why should this happen in a country that has constitution, there's law, and everybody here is a citizen? Nobody was brought into Nigeria. Nobody here is an alien. So we are warning the whole country now that Akwa-Ibom state is under siege by the police, not by any other person.
Wow.
Because we have all our people here.
I'm dumbfounded.
Very peace-loving people. But our peace is being threatened by the police force. Let the commissioner that they just posted last weekend, who is coming to perpetrate this, let's assume he has finished his course. He has achieved his own mission. I want to call on the police force this evening. The police commissioner of this state must be withdrawn. He has to leave this evening. He must be withdrawn. The head of the QRS must be withdrawn so that we can maintain peace. And let them also sound a note of warning that those who have governed the state and left, they should stay in Abuja. The state, we have a population of 6.2 million people. We will not take this as a people. We gave you opportunity to govern, you're calling on war, meanwhile you take your children abroad and calling on war. Which children do you want to kill? In which state? We stand for peace, and we shall ever remain peace and law-abiding citizens of this country. We believe the Constitution will take this course. And we also calling on the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Please, we are all citizens of this country. And that the President should take necessary action to forestall this, because we see this sign. And we have actually been sounding this warning. We've noted this everywhere, but it seems to be ignored. Today it has played out. I want to believe my people will be protected by the Constitution and by the law of this country. I also want to believe that the President will do everything humanly possible to save lives and property here. And all those who were calling for Warsaw, that this is Warsaw, that will see war, let them report to Abuja. Go and fight war, or they should be sent to where Boko Haram are fighting. Let them go and protect Boko Haram. And Bible is not Warsaw. Whoever is calling for this, let him go there and fight. There is Boko Haram threatening this country. So you should go there and do it. We say no to this intimidation by the police. We say no to this thing by the police. We believe we'll be supported by the foreign missions, we'll be supported by all Nigerians, we'll be supported by all our children who love peace and who remain law-abiding in this country. God bless Nigeria. God bless the Father.
All right, Nigerians, you heard this, right? I'm going to read the full text before I make my own commentary. Police released armed Fulani militia. We arrested and gave their AK-47s back to them. Police, governor of, okay, let me start all over again. Police released armed Fulani militia that we arrested and gave their AK-47s back to them. Governor Udom of Akwa-Ibom State. We arrested persons with fake army uniforms carrying 18 AK-47 rifles and handed them over to the police. However, the police hierarchy gave express order that those persons should be released and their guns handed back to them. Wow, Nigeria, my country, the country I love so much is going through this. We want to let the world know that if there is a breakdown of law and order tomorrow, the police should be held responsible. All attempts to speak to the top hierarchy of the police in the zone and at Abuja were rebuffed. Governor Emmanuel, Udom, Akwa-Ibom State. Dear fellow Nigerians, this is Smart Mado Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite. and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International. It is 1:32 a.m. here, Central Standard Time in Houston, Texas. And that is, I believe, 8:32 a.m. West African time in Nigeria. And whatever time it is elsewhere around the world. If you're a Nigerian waking up right now or just about to go to sleep, this is a very disturbing story that is developing in Nigeria. Yes, Nigeria has become a hub of lawlessness. Nigeria has become a pariah. And what does this mean? Yes, what does it translate into? When a criminal or a band of criminals take over a country, a lot of crazy things happen. Now, we don't have Nigeria anymore. Nigeria is a near total lost cause. What must we, the people of Nigeria, do? We must unite and take our destiny and our country in our hands. The army has failed us and proven to be not anymore the army of the Nigerian people. I know so much about the army. I know a lot about the army. I know a lot about the structure of the army. I know a lot about the operational capabilities of the Nigerian army. The Nigerian army died in 1966. That's when the Nigerian army was reordered to the detriment and disadvantage of Nigeria and the Nigerian people. The army will never be an army unless it is dismantled and reconstituted. The same thing will happen to the police, the DSS, and all the security forces in Nigeria. The height of corruption, yes. And these agencies are remotely controlled. It's not in the hands of those who wear the big uniforms, who serve as commanders, high-profile commanders. No. We know where the command and control infrastructure of the Nigerian security forces are. And we know who they are, who controls them. They are with us. They are serving in government. They are sitting on thrones, especially in the north of Nigeria. Their empire must be disabled and dismantled and made useless for us to rebuild Nigeria. If we don't do that as a matter of urgency, things will get worse for Nigeria. Can you believe? I never believe. I was always talking to people from Akwa-Ibom State. I say all these things we hear in other parts of Nigeria, we don't hear them in your state. They tell me, oh, our state is so peaceful. You know, it doesn't look like it is possible for us to have all these troubles that other states in Nigeria are having. But today, we have been proved wrong that nothing is impossible with Nigerian politicians who go extra mile and even go to the extent of hiring the services of those we believe are out to dismantle and destroy Nigeria. Yes, to violently overrun and take it. That somebody will get them AK-47 and then military uniform to come and create confusion in Akwa-Ibom State. And this person doing this is no other person. I don't know why Governor Emmanuel Udom is dancing around. That's their own meaning of diplomacy in Nigeria. You know what is troubling you. You know who is troubling you. You are scared of saying it. And the man behind this whole thing is definitely Godswill Akwa-Ibom, the ex-governor of the state, who was a governor of that state for 8 years, during which he amassed so much wealth, and a lot of people went missing. Yes, from what we hear from the Akwa-Ibom people, this guy is a rogue, a man who never won an election, and today he's the Senate president in Nigeria, where all kinds of things can happen. He's a rogue pair, you know, is the voice, the face of the drug dealer, certificate forger, and an identity thief paired with a terrorist holding Nigeria hostage at the presidential villa. Yes, and this is why I was about to read a letter that I'm writing to President Donald Trump of the United States, where I live. And I was going to go to sleep. I'm going to have to read that letter before I go. And I'm going to do that on YouTube. So where our global audience will be listening there. So perhaps somebody who is close, I know there are a lot of people, because I'm a person of interest here too, a lot of people who are connected to Donald Trump will forward that message to him to see, so that he will understand the depth of the trouble that we have in Africa. And then for him to redirect his efforts from chasing a little young man who is standing up for Africa. Yeah, I'm talking about Ibrahim Traore, that all of them are trying to gang up to remove. But we are going to resist every effort, every plan made to touch that man. If anybody wants to remove any person, come and remove Bola Ahmed Tinubu at no cost to us. We have no oil to give you. We have no raw material to give to anybody. If you so love Africa and you are looking for someone to remove, we will easily trade off Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his gang of thieves. We will trade off Paul Biya. We don't want them. We will trade off Alassane Ouattara of Ivory Coast because he's a troublemaker. We will trade off William Ruto in Kenya because he's a piece of shit. So any person who wants to remove any bad leader in Africa, yes, come to these places. We will send you how to get to them. We will direct you. We will provide you all the escort that you need and the intelligence information you need to hasten your job. But you guys must leave Ibrahim Traore alone because he's doing the work of Africa. Yes. So Nigerians in particular, with this broadcast, you see what your country has become. Yes. And especially at a time when people, a whole state infrastructure, yes, I'm talking about Delta State, moved en masse from their party that they have used to wreck Delta for 25 years, going to 30 years. You know, they moved to APC, the hub of terrorism in Nigeria, where the drug dealers and terrorists, bandits, hold sway. It is disgusting. It is disheartening that this is happening. This is happening. Police in Nigeria, the police in Nigeria. Well, Egbetokun is supposed to have retired from the police, but they decided to keep him ahead of 2027. I hope and pray that we will not get to 2027 politically in Nigeria. That what must happen to Nigeria must happen today, if the worst tomorrow, so that Nigerians can be free. Nigerians can come together and look for a way to rebuild their terribly battered country. What kind of a country, for goodness sake, that criminals are arrested, criminals who are in possession of illegally acquired firearms, you arrested them, and when they are supposed to be prosecuted and sent to jail, you arrested them, released their violent weapons to them, weapons not belonging to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, who armed them? Akwa-Ibom. Why is it that the people of Akwa-Ibom will not wake up and do the needful? Why is it that the whole of Nigeria will not wake up and start holding these people down and then letting them know that they own their country? I'm so sad that this is what we have to deal with right now in Nigeria. Akwa-Ibom and the police conniving to bring hell to Akwa-Ibom. What a shameful act. What a disgrace. What a disgrace. What kind of a country do we have in Nigeria? Why should we have this type of Nigeria? No. Nigerians, truly. What is wrong with you? What is wrong? This cannot happen anywhere. What kind of a joke has Nigeria become? Yes, before our eyes. Why are we where we are right now? What hope do we have for tomorrow? What kind of country is this that is so lawless and all of us are silent? We are so afraid of speaking up. Yes, we see criminals. This was the same Akwa-Ibom State. The same Akwa-Ibom who closed down a whole stadium that he named after himself in celebration of his 60th birthday anniversary. Yes, with thousands of his victims, came scrambling for just a token plate of rice. And that's it. What he has for the generation of young people, thousands of them. I expected that the people would mob him and arrest him, people's arrest. But, as typical of Nigerians, they danced and were happy and they went away. They called them my leader. Yes, I have a lot of people from Akwa-Ibom state. And I'm so sad that this is what is happening in that state. So there's no reprieve anywhere in Nigeria. No reprieve, east, west, north, and south. But the question is this: how long will the Nigerian people be quiet as all these things are unfolding to their detriment? And then how come that we don't care about our well-being anymore? We don't care about the future of our children. Yes, it looks like we have abdicated our responsibilities and handed over our rights to criminals to destroy. Yes, and then they lord it out on us. They make laws for us. What laws will Akwa-Ibom make with this type of thing? This guy has been insulting Nigerians. Every opportunity he has, he will unleash. This is sad. And then where do they tell us that the state governors are the security, how do they call them again? They say something. Chief security officers in their state. With the state governor now crying like a baby. He cannot do anything. And now resigning to God and calling the international community. Which international community is he calling that will come to him? Oh, is he calling America to come? Do you have what to give to America before they come? Or is he calling to pink-nosed Britain to come? What does he have to give to them? They will never come. This is what they want anyway. You are calling you mobilize, you are the state governor. Prove that you are the state governor. Prove that you are the state governor. So, does it mean that if I were to be a state governor in Nigeria, for example, Delta State, and these type of things are happening, they arrested 18 criminals in my state with me as governor of the state, and that the police releases them. I don't know how that will happen. So that's how I wonder how the people in Nigeria are wired, especially when they say they are state governors, chief security officers. No. If anybody makes any attempt to release those people, if they were under my custody, we will go for jungle justice, especially after we have established that they have AK-47. We will go for jungle justice. So let hell be let loose in Nigeria. Yes. So when you see them as governors, you think that they are intelligent. They are also stupid. All of them. As senators, they are stupid. As members of House of Representatives, they are stupid. As everything, they are idiots. Nigerians are mostly retarded people. Yes. Do not think that the people who endanger you should face the music. You hand them to a police that will not do anything. Somebody will tell you that an order from above. That is what we hear in Nigeria. Order from above. I don't know who this man above. I know it's not the Almighty God who would give them the instruction from above to release criminals. No. I'm in charge. You will not release them. I will seize them. You will not release them. And if we decide that that is what is going to be happening, anytime they capture any person with AK-47, that person should be gone. Right there. We will not waste time going to the police who will not do anything. I think we are getting there. Yes. Waste time with the police, a corrupt police. Yes. It's a waste of time. Well, brothers and sisters, I thought I shared this with you. Clement, thank you very much. Hey, George, we need to talk. I always ask Ejima about you. So, but I'm happy that we found a way to connect. But I need to talk to you. All right, man. Have a good night. It's 1:47 a.m. here. But I'm going to read my letter to George Bush, President Donald Trump. about Africa, so that they need to leave Africa alone. Africa has suffered so much. Africa suffered slavery, colonialism, imperialism, apartheid, and they are now suffering from globalization. I don't see any race on earth that will suffer that and still be together and still have their minds together. So they are the reason Africa is distorted. So we are trying to put it together. So they need to hear and understand what it takes to be an African. Yeah, theirs is to come and exploit. No, we are saying now African resources for the African people. Yes, we are looking for the type of leadership that can build Africa, create jobs, build industries, build research institutions, so we can be self-sufficient and then having no need to rely on people who steal from us and turn around to give us aids that we don't need. We don't need aids. We need trade. We need to be who we are. All right? So I love you guys and look forward to seeing you guys. If you want to join me on YouTube, it's going to be at channel 1 at ONN on YouTube. So let me use this opportunity to just finish the work and then go to sleep. Bye for now and much love.